So Larkin with Toads came about because the 25th anniversary of the death of Philip Larkin was in 2010. So members of the Larkin Society and other interested Larkinites decided they wanted to do something really special to commemorate this pretty important poet. So there's a big program of literary events and all sorts of music and various other program of events, and within that they wanted a landmark arts program. And because Larkin had used the motif of toads in a few of his poems, there was this idea to have these enormous great big toads that would be decorated beautifully and scattered all around the place. So I was asked to come on board, develop the whole Toads project and make it into something big and spectacular. The whole point of the Toads was that it was to be crazy, fun, friendly and really spectacular. And I guess because I've worked in the arts for so long, I was fairly confident that this would be fantastic and amazing, because I know that the arts can really engage people and really get people excited and inspired. What was amazing, even to those of us who have, who expected this, was just how they really captured the hearts of everybody around here. And, during those 3 months in the summer of 2010, wherever you went in Hull, there were people with their maps, their toad maps, going around with their cameras in great big bunches of families or in couples or even on their own, and just checking out every single toad and trying to enjoy them all and capture them all and take a photograph with them. And we had an amazing response from the public. What we know is that over 120,000 people came and enjoyed the toads, and we know that many of those were local people, but many more actually were visitors to the city who came in. They flocked from everywhere, not just from the UK but also from abroad, which is amazing. And they came along and they came to have another look at Larkin and have another look at Hull. And while they were there, we know that people spent money on lunches and going around other parts of the city. So incredibly, the Larkin25, the Toads project, brought in over £1 million in extra revenue to Hull, which is astounding. I think a number of people struggled to get their heads around what this would be like. It was hard to understand for some people what this project was about. And many people thought that something like this was just crazy and it just wouldn't work. So the media, had a bit of a bash at it. There were lots of, negative press stories before the Toads ever arrived. But what was really amazing was that within 3 days, they were put out on a Thursday night, they arrived on Friday morning, and by Monday morning, everybody was in love with the Toads. And it just took off from there, became huge. What was interesting in the run-up to the Toads was that whilst the media stories were rolling around and some people were very sceptical about what it could bring, the other side of that was there were a number of very, very astute local businesses who really got it. And they got it from the off, and they understood that you have to be brave, you have to be ambitious, and you have to really get out there and do something spectacular. And they understood that Toads was exactly that. So they got right behind it, and they sponsored the Toads. I think by the end of the project, after it had been such a success, there were many, many businesses who were really regretting that they hadn't got on board sooner and maybe hadn't quite understood how fantastic it was going to be.